Sure. I mean, in that first company, I don't think we realized how lucky we were getting, right? I mean, it was definitely a lifestyle business, as they like to call it in the venture capital industry. It was a business we started for ourselves. David Brown and I, David is now the president of Techstars, so we're back together. But he and I started the company with a pretty simple idea that we wanted to create ambulance dispatch software that would help people and get paid real money to sell that software. We wrote there was a book David Brown wrote, I wrote the foreword to it, called No Vision, All Drive, that looked back on Techstars, and that pretty much sums it up. We thought maybe someday we could employ 10 people. Maybe someday if we were super successful, it'd be $1 million a year in revenue to that company. And what it taught me was that you don't necessarily have to start with a huge vision, right? You might start with a very specific idea to be the best in the world at something. And if you're in a space that can grow, you end up with a company like ours, which now employs hundreds of people, right? Which we were able to sell to a public company that's been a huge driver of their success over time, right? And does very substantial revenues. So, we didn't start with this vision that, we're going to change the world and be a multi-billion-dollar company. We started with a very specific passion about solving a, pretty niche problem, right? That turned into a suite of products. So it taught me that, people will dismiss startups as, they're not thinking big enough. I think that's just wrong. I think as long as they have a very specific problem they're trying to solve and a real passion that's driving them in a market that they could grow in, once they do one thing great, they could grow and do more. So that's how I think about investing today.